It's all you.
Hey, how you guys doing? Thanks for being on. Um, I guess I think I got this right. I think Tennessee's leading the country in total defense, 176 yards a game. Just when you look at them on film, what jumps out at you about what they're doing so well?
Yeah, I mean, they play their gaps very well. This is probably the most talented D line we've gone up against so far this year, and it'll definitely be challenging. And that's something we're trying to replicate in practice and prepare for. This linebacker core, I'll let TeSlaa handle the secondary, but the linebackers definitely fill their gaps hard, and we just have to have great communication, get on our spots, and then block the play as it's designed and execute.
Yeah, I'd say to follow up what Braun said, kind of piggyback off what he said, that they're a very talented football team and they're a well-coached football team. Obviously, if you're going to have a top defense in the SEC and the entire NCAA, it's going to come down to talent and coaching. So we just got to make sure we're well prepared and executing the game plan.
Mhm.
And then Josh, I know you and Addison are close, old chess playing buddies from way back, but he's playing his old Tennessee team. What are you seeing from him this week? How excited do you think he is? And how do you think he's played this year? I know he's had to play through the ankle injury and everything.
Yeah, I mean, banged up, it's always hard, but he attacks every day and tries to get better, tries to rehab that ankle. Hopefully, he's past it now. And just speaking from my experience, I know how excited I was to play my former team, and so I can only imagine what it's like for him. And I mean, having them here, it's going to be exciting for him in the first quarter, but then that goes away pretty quick. And I mean, although they're your buddies, you're still playing against them, and it's just another layer of the game.
Okay, I might have a few more, but I'll turn it back to Oliver. Thank you.
Ray, go ahead.
Yeah, Josh, what did you take away from the Texas A&M game with y'all's guys' performance on the offensive line, and how correctable is some of the issues you had?
Yeah, I mean it's obviously disappointing watching the film and seeing how close we were to making some big plays. And at the end of the day, it comes down to communication and preparation. And we have to put Talon in better positions for him to make plays. I mean, he's an athlete, he's a playmaker, and if we need to start holding up our end of the bargain so that he can make those plays. And I mean, just going forward, we just need to communicate better, and that starts in practice. That starts in our preparation.
Isaac, with the way that you played last weekend, do you think that you've maybe instilled some confidence in Talon, is in terms of not only being a playmaker but also a safety valve at times?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always kind of been that guy for Talon. Obviously, it hasn't really showed up much until last game. So I don't think I would say much has changed. It's just, it just happened to be that way during the game. And obviously, I think it was a confidence booster for me and him. But moving forward, we're just gonna just try to figure out the game plan and go from there.
Thanks, guys.
Sound good.
Hey guys, first night game for you here on campus, game number 6. But I'm wondering what you feel like the energy and atmosphere might look like come Saturday night, Isaac.
Man, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Coach told us that this is the first stripe out we've done since I think it was 2019, maybe 20. Last time we played
21
Texas,
Yeah.
Texas, and we beat them by 20. So hopefully
Neither of
that's
us were here. It's hard for us to remember.
yeah. But hopefully that's the trend that we do stripe out and we win big. So should be a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm
Josh,
excited. I've never been a part of a stripe out, and so as the home team, and so I'm excited to see what it's like, and I know the fans are going to have the place rocking.
Tennessee runs this offense. It's like, the fastest thing on turf or whatever. When you're watching that and you're going to go on the field after they finish, is there any mindset that your offense has that maybe we want to slow things down, or we have to match their speed? How do you approach that?
I think when it comes to matching their speed, that's not something we're going to, at least to my knowledge, that's not where we're focused on. We're focused on running our offense and executing our plays. I mean, at the end of the day, the defense, we have full confidence in our defense and their game plan. And so as long as we execute our game plan, we should be put in a position to have success.
Any thoughts there, Isaac, about going up against an offense that's as fast as they are?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll affect us too much, to be honest with you. I think we're just gonna go out there and put into motion what we've been practicing all week. So
Josh, when you said when you watched the tape, you saw how close you were. Were there any examples of plays where a guy holds a block a second longer, or just something else happens that might have been big plays?
I mean, I'm sure anybody who's watching the film, I mean, hindsight's 2020. You can see there's 10 or 15 plays in every game where if they go one way or the other, it changes the whole outcome. And I mean, it's something that's disappointing, but it's something you have to live with and move forward and make sure that in the next game, during those 10 or 15 plays, which you don't know which they are. So you have to approach every play as if it's one of those plays, and you have to execute and do your job.
Isaac, what have you seen from Taylor in practice this week, coming off a game where he was on the run so much?
Yeah, I think he's just relying on what he's been trained to do, and that's just run this offense. I think he's been doing a great job since he came in doing that, just being a leader and a great player. Obviously, regardless of how things go in the game, he's still going to be a great leader and a great player, and we've all seen that on tape. So I think he's just going to rely on his athleticism and his ability to make plays.
Yeah, Josh, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Talon is an incredible athlete, and we as an offensive line have to put him in the best position possible for him to showcase his skills and to be able to make plays. I mean, we have great playmakers all across the offense, and JJ Armstrong, Talon, TeSlaa, Satania. I mean, we're talented across the board, and we have to hold up our end of the bargain. As I said before, we have to execute our game plan. We have to communicate and prepare better than we did last week because obviously we didn't get it done.
Is there something encouraging in knowing that he was under so much pressure, but you guys had the lead 3 different times and you were right there in that game and you outgained them?
I would say less so encouraging, more so disappointing. Like I said, hindsight's 2020. If we could go back and change a few plays, I mean, we would, but we don't get to. And so that's something we have to focus on this week so that when we're in the situations to make those plays, we make them.
Thanks, guys.
Bob?
Okay, so I wasn't sure if you called on me or not, but nobody else was. Hey, Josh, I saw a picture of this, and I saw some video of this right after the game. You guys were still on the field, and you were, I guess, having a moment with Talon. Would you mind sharing kind of what that was about, maybe what you were saying to him or how he was responding? Would you mind sharing that?
Yeah, so me, Talon, Addison, and I try to pray before every game and then after every game. I wasn't able to find Addison at the time, so I just went up to Talon and me and him said a quick prayer because no matter the outcome of the game, we want to give glory to God. I mean, that's our creator. That's who we give the glory to. And so I'm sure he's all right with me saying this, but whenever he makes a good play on the field, whenever I make a good play on the field, all the glory goes to God. He's our purpose. He's why we play the game.
Do you find that after a tough loss like that to be somewhat comforting, or just kind of how does that make y'all feel?
Do you mean religiously?
I guess just emotionally, however you want to respond to it.
I mean, for me, I approach it as God has a plan for my life. And although I don't always agree with his plan, obviously it was his design for us to lose that game because it's what happened. And so I take not necessarily comfort, but I know that God has a plan for my life and ultimately it is for good. And it's not for me to decide whether it's the right step or the wrong step. I mean, he's the designer of the universe. And if he says this is how it's supposed to be, that's how it's supposed to be.
And Isaac, Sam was saying after, or I think maybe he was saying this Monday. He may have said after the game, I can't remember. But he said he really loves you. He loves all the guys, but he really loves your attitude. You hadn't caught any. I'm sure he loves Josh too. He said, I don't think he'd caught any passes the week before and had broken a long streak. I think he'd had catches in, I don't know, 25, 26 games, whatever it was. And then you come back and have a big game. He said he just really loves your attitude. I guess what's the key to that? I mean, you're catching passes and then you don't catch any, and then you have a big game. Kind of what's the key to not getting frustrated or staying upbeat or whatever the case might be?
Yeah, I'd say at the end of the day, regardless of statistics or how I play in a game, I know my ability and I believe in myself. Obviously, I have a big game or I have no catches, regardless of how the outcome is. I don't let the outcome determine how I feel about myself. I feel about myself because I know that I put the work in. throughout basically my entire life to get to this point. So I just rely on that.
And for both you guys, I mean, you all play a bunch of ranked teams. You already played two. You're going to play four or five, however many more. But right now, Tennessee's number four, and they're the highest ranked team on your schedule as of right now. How much does that add to it? And you got the big ABC crew, Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler are in doing it. And I know all the games are on TV now, but does that add a little extra excitement? You're playing a number four team, and you got ABC. It's the marquee game of the weekend.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, the bells and whistles or whatever. We're here to play football. Like Coach Pitt was talking about in meetings today, like just because they're ranked number 4 and they wear the orange, they got the T on the side of the helmet, that doesn't mean they're gonna, have any sort of advantage over us. So we're just ready to roll that ball out there and start playing.
Mhm. I agree.
Ditto.
Ditto.
Okay. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
What's up, guys? We'll see you Saturday.